Alright, and here we are recapping day one. Day one, finishing up here. Negative 290, 330 after commissions. We really only had one really bad mistake here. I had a mental mistake. Those are the ones we definitely want to avoid. We can go back here. I'm gonna review the first trade here. It's on KBSF. Before we talk about KBSF, I tried to get into TMXP, and that one really gave, but I still was restricted by SureTrader. So seeing as we trade on SureTrader, that's the name of the game, and I tried to regain my focus and got a little emotional here on this KBSF. We didn't really look at it, as you can tell. Yeah, the volume bars, they look a little high, but if you look over here really at the volume size, it's only around 49,000. Not really something I really want to trade. If I could go back in time, I definitely would want to avoid this to begin with. One of the things that happened here is I do trade with Ross, and he shouted it out here, and I had my trade ideas going off, and this is a previous runner. It's ran yesterday. I thought it was gonna get here. I actually tried to get filled here at this break. Now, one of the things here is that since I was late to it, I did get filled up here. That quickly put me in a hole, made me hold. Maybe I should have held, gone get back up here, but hey, what can you do? That was the first trade. Finished down 250 on that one, and hey. After that one, got right back in the game here. I was just trying to look at my momentum scanner, really find the next stock. So we got IMMY going off here, and I'll pull up IMMY over here. Alright, make this a little bigger so you can see this. Okay, so as you can tell, IMMY, I actually got in it at 448 here on this break here on the apex. I thought the entrance was dead on. We got this pump right real quick to this 470 mark. We got a high here of 469, and if all we needed was to just open up and get into the fives, and right here easily we got a nice $500 $600 winner. I held all the way into this, even into this doji. Right as it hit here, it was starting to come down on me, and I went along and I sold here at 436 shortly afterwards. 3 minutes afterwards, once again, my entrance here, selling 3 minutes afterwards on this doji, getting out. Right here on my stop right here, boom. I like to set a 10-cent stop, when I get the next candle, unless I can establish my new risk and reward. So here on IMMY, we lost a total here of 12 cents. We set ourselves up. As you can tell, we could have maybe taken some profit here, but this is not what we do. We have a strategy here. We stick to it. And now we're gonna go to the next trade. Next trade of the day was PACB. PACB we bought into here at 531, got out at 535. We're gonna go into this stock. This was a little interesting for me, actually. I found this stock, just out of nowhere on my momentum scanner, and I saw it do this little pump here at the beginning. As you can tell, I saw it do a little pump there when it's like going through like, let me a little highlight this so you can see this here. But this 516 up to this 530. And then I saw the next candle open, and it immediately, gave me that price action. So I got in there quick speed, 531. got the little pump, but on this pullback right here, what happened here is, I got the momentum scanner going off, and you know it just was, the volume was, like, started dying down here. You can see, well, I don't know what happened here, but you see 200,000, 230,000 volume. That's exactly what I want to get in right after, and then just nothing, just died out here. It's 57,000 volume. So that's why I went along and I just closed this position. We still closed it for a 4-cent winner. So I'm happy, I was able to close it for a winner, but I just moved on. And I quickly moved on 2 minutes afterwards to this AGRX. This AGRX really just, it's a great setup again. You can't get mad when you're getting in great setups, This is what we do. So right here I have a AGRX. We try to manage our risk and try to gain our rewards. So here we are with AGRX. We got our entrance here in at this break. As you can tell, we have some good volume coming up here. It's just double increasing. This is exactly what I like to see on the volume. We want to have momentum. Momentum comes with volume, and that's exactly what we want, especially when it comes to the price break. So I let this create a new high here. It started breaking up here. It broke, and I got in right here at 353, and it broke up all the way up to a high of 364. It could really just could have gave here, but just like, that's the name of the game today. We didn't get our follow through. We had a great position here. I let it even open up here at this 3. It opened up here at 351, ticked down to 350. I was gonna have my stop right at that last red candle. I wasn't gonna let this, become too much of a loser for me. I already lost a little bit making a mental mistake, but I was just gonna keep my wrist really tight today from that mental mistake, and I was able to, get out of this stock, and, hindsight, it goes up a little bit, but at the end of the day, it went down here, just didn't really get the follow through today, and that's the name of the game. And the game, today down 330. We'll look forward to tomorrow, and just keep on fighting, If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Let's go. And we'll go back right at it day 2. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.